viewers, today we'll be talking about physics. Today we'll be teaching on motion. Understand? So we'll be teaching on motion today. So remember, if you have not subscribed to our channel, subscribe to our channel so that you always be the first to see when we upload new video. If you are watching through YouTube, just tap on that follow menu and subscribe to our YouTube channel also, so you'll always be the first to see when we upload new video. So today we'll be teaching on motion. Understand? So now, what is motion? Motion is the movement of a body from one place to another. That is motion. Motion is the what? Movement of a body from one place to another, according to what we were taught in our secondary school. So now, motion is whenever a body moves, we say the body is in motion. Like your car moving, your bicycle moving. Understand? When those things, even you, when your body is moving, you are set. You are being set in motion. Understand? So that is it. So motion is the movement of a body from one place to another. Then we'll have about 5 types of motion, which are: number 1, we have linear motion. What is linear motion? Linear motion is that kind of motion in a straight line. Anytime you hear linear, it means straight line. Understand? So linear motion is the kind of motion in a straight line, in which a body moves in a straight line. So example of linear motion is the car moving from point A to point B. For example, if I'm traveling in a straight road, like from let me say a straight road, any road I'm traveling on, like I have moving from A to B on a straight road. This is called linear motion. Now, most of the time, our vehicle, our car, they move linearly. Understand? Their movement are always linear motion, except when we come to race, like when we come to sport, like those racing cars that they use in sports that run in a circular path. Now that one, when I say that they move in a circular path, that one is circular motion. When they move in a round path, you understand? So now another type of motion is circular motion. Now circular motion is a kind of motion in which a body moves in a circular path. Do you understand? A kind of motion in which a body moves in a circular path. You understand? Like for example, you're racing car that is used in sport, whereby the car moves, now starts moving in a circular, in a round, you understand, in a curve round, in a round curve. You understand? So that one, we call it a circular motion. Then we also have another type of motion called rotatory motion. Now, rotatory motion and circular motion, sometimes we fail to understand the difference between the both. So like the rotatory motion is a kind of motion in which a body moves in a circular path around an axis. You understand? So in that kind of motion now, the body moves in a circular path around an axis. So there must be an axis. You understand? Like for example, the earth rotating around its axis. You understand? Now, even an electric fan rotating around a spot, around an axis, we say that is a rotatory motion. Then we also have a kind of motion that is called oscillatory motion. That is called to and fro movement of a body, in which a body moves and returns back to the position in which it's moving. It moves, it comes forward. It moves forward, it comes forward. Maybe it moves forward, it comes backward. It moves to, it comes through. It keep on doing that. You understand? Like for example, the motion of your simple pendulum. I know we know what is called simple pendulum. Like for example, when we're writing our WAEC, like some of us are writing WAEC. When you were writing your WAEC, there was a time they said you should get a pendulum bob, especially if you wrote your WAEC in 2021, 2022, 2021, 2020. If you wrote your WAEC within that time, you see that one of the instructions you were asked to bring a pendulum bob, and the pendulum bob has to be hung on a retor stand. Something of this nature. We'll have something of this nature whereby we'll have a pendulum bob hang on it. Something that looks like pendulum bob is that thing that looks like the ball of a bell. You see bell, your bell, the ball, that round thing inside your bell. You understand? Pendulum bob looks like it. So they hang it. When you touch this thing a little, you discover it will be moving to and fro. It will move and come back, move and come back. Now another example is your swing. You see, that time in our primary school those days, we have a swing whereby whereby if you are playing, they ask you to sit on that swing. Then somebody will now push you. As the person pushes you, you go forward and you come back, or they push you again, you go forward. So that the motion of that swing is an oscillatory motion. Then another type of motion is random motion. Another word for random motion is zigzag motion. Zigzag motion is the kind of motion in which a body move in a non-directional way. That is, it is called a non-directional movement. That is, a body move without a direction. It goes like this, it comes forth again, it doesn't have direction in which it's moving. So that kind of motion is called a random motion. A random motion, example of a random motion is the motion of dust particles, the motion of gas molecule. When gas is released into the atmosphere, you see the motion of the gas, like your smoke, you understand, that is coming out from your exhaust. You see, as it is released into the atmosphere, you begin to see that those smoke, the particles, the way they move, understand, they move randomly. They don't have direction. Do you understand? So we call it a non-directional movement. It is called a zigzag motion or a random motion. Then we also have a kind of motion they call relative motion. I don't know, have you been in a vehicle before and the car is moving? You discover it will look as if all the trees are moving backward. You understand? Or you are in a car or in a vehicle and maybe it has a hole on the floor of the car, and you are looking from that hole, you will see the ground looking as if it is moving. You understand? That kind of the movement, that ground or that land is not actually moving. You understand? It's not actually moving. It is stationary. Even those trees that are moving, maybe you are in a car, you look outside and you see some trees look as if it's moving backward. Those trees are not actually moving, they are stationary. You understand? But your movement, the movement of your body, is what makes it look as if those trees are moving. So that kind of those trees are moving in relation with the movement of that vehicle, or you that is in that vehicle. So that is called a relative motion. Now, next thing we'll talk about now is what is the cause of motion. The main thing that causes motion is called force. Do you understand? The main thing that causes motion is called force. Force is the main cause of motion. You see, this topic is a very broad topic. We have motion now. After I'm done with this explanation, I will go to solving problems in motion, like how to calculate motions. Then after I'm done with this one, I will go back to simple harmonic motion. I will go back to wave motion. You understand? So now I'm starting from this. So now look at this. So the main cause of motion is force. Force is the main cause of motion. You understand? So force is that which changes or tend to change the the state of rest or uniform motion of a body. That is force. Force is that which changes or tend to change a state of rest or the uniform motion of a body. Now, for any object to keep moving, there must be a force applied. Now, if an object is kept on a spot, that object will remain there except there is a force that has come to move it out of that place. You understand? So, and the same way, if an object is set into motion, like your ball set into motion, that ball will keep on moving except there is a force that stops it. But we now notice that when you set an object in motion, it now looks as if it will stop on its own. No, it does not actually stop on its own, but there is a force called frictional force that is acting between the surface of that ball and the ground, whereby making it to stop. You understand? So that is it. So force is that agent that changes or tend to change the state of rest or uniform motion of a body. You understand? So that is it. Now we have force is given us mathematically. We have force is given as mass of a body. Force is given as the product of the mass of a body and the acceleration of that body. So mathematically, force is given as the mass of a body times the acceleration, that is the product of the mass of a body and acceleration of that body.